Alright, welcome to the third video of CMT 155. Today I'm going to be going over the Marquee tool, both rectangular and circular, but we'll start with the rectangular. Right, to begin, if you click and drag with the rectangular Marquee tool selected, you can notice that as you drag around the canvas, it creates a 90-degree based selection or square or rectangle selection. So if you click and drag and release, it'll make these marching ants around your current selection, and you can move this around your canvas if you need to readjust your current selection. There are options in the top left, and you'll notice you can either add to selection, subtract from selection, or intersect with selection, and I'll demonstrate what each of these does. Go ahead and click on Add to Selection and click and drag, and you'll notice what I currently just drug out and intersected with the previous selection, it added to it. To subtract from selection, go ahead and click up there and click and drag, and whatever you intersect, it will subtract from it. So now I have this long, narrow part to the top, and it's pretty simple to use. Also, you have an intersect with selection, which will just select the overlapping areas of where you click and drag. So as you see, I'll click and drag, and just this the tail will be selected because those are the only intersecting areas of the old selection and my current selection. So there you go. Let's go and deselect with Command D or Control D on a PC, and go up to the next option. Actually, first click on New Selection, and then under Feather, go ahead and type in 15 and hit Tab, and it'll make that selection, or make it. It'll enter that current value, and click and drag on your canvas. I drug over the. This is a guide to demonstrate, and I'll go ahead and select my eraser tool, and I'm going to erase what's inside this canvas. And I'll zoom in and demonstrate and tell you what a feather means. So I'll go ahead and deselect with Control D or Command D, and I'm going to zoom in on this part, and I'll show you what a feather means. So a feather means that it will blend the edges of your last selection with the background layer or the pixels. So as you can see, the white or the checkered box will fade out as it gets in towards the sky. So it goes from a faint blue to white, and then a faint blue to the baby blue. There's just a way to make smooth selections throughout the project. Sometimes it'll demand a little faded selection. You can with the Marquee tool selected, you can change these to this pixel amount to 30 or 40 pixels based on how you want your selection to look like after you're done. Let's see. Next, you can have a fixed size or a fixed ratio with the Marquee or circular or elliptical Marquee tool. So we'll do fixed ratio really quick, and we'll zoom out to our original canvas, and we'll go ahead and select, let's do 16 to 9, just random numbers, doesn't really matter, and I'll click and drag, and as you notice, it'll constrain those proportions as I click and drag, so this will always be a 16 to 9 ratio. Let's go and deselect with Control D or Command D, and go to fixed size, and let's do let's see, 6 inches by 4 inches, and go ahead and hit Tab to enter that, and then click and drag again, and it'll make an exact Marquee to those 6 inches by 4 inches. So it's because this image is a little bit larger than 6 by 4, you'll be cropping or not cropping anything out, but it'll make it a selection smaller than what you want. So we'll deselect with, we're going to go underneath the rectangular marquee tool and select the elliptical marquee tool. And this is used for rounded selections such as circles or large ovals. If you want to hold shift, you can constrain the perfect circle dimensions. And with your mouse still being clicked, you can hold shift and move your selection around the canvas. You have the same options as you do with the rectangular marquee tool. You can add to selection, subtract from selection, intersect with selection. You can get some pretty unique shapes with the elliptical marquee tool. I'll just go ahead and make a little circle here, there, add a little bulge right there, and then I'll go ahead and subtract to make maybe like a crescent moon type shape. So there you go. You can make interesting shapes around the canvas, and you can paint within this selection and create something very interesting. So that is the rectangular and elliptical marquee tool. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.